have a great tabla player who have achieved a commendable position amongst the young tabla players who have began his tabla career at age of 5, who is in Calgary to host workshops, tabla workshops at Sarbakal Music Society of Calgary. None other than Hindole Majumdar. Hindole Majumdar ji, welcome to Asian Magazine.
Namaskar ji, namaskar. Thank you.
Namaskar. How did you get involved or interested into music?
Actually, in the beginning, when I was a very young child, first of all, I used to play pots and pans and in the bucket. कभी मैं बाथरूम में जाता था तो कोई बाल्टी उल्टा करके बजाने लगता था. तो मेरा ये रिदम सेंस देखते हुए मेरे नाना जी स्वर्गीय चित्तरंजन रॉय, he was a freedom fighter and professionally he was a businessman. He was the founder of the Andrews High School in Calcutta,
Right.
where many people have studied there, including my own mother. And he kind of gave me a dholak at the age of 2.5, 3 years. And then next birthday, he gave me a tabla. And after that, actually, मेरे नाना जी जो थे स्वर्गीय चित्तरंजन रे, he was a sitar player by hobby, and also he used to play a little bit of tabla also. He has learned from Raja Bose of yesteryear's sitar player, and he was very much attached to music. He was a member of Tansen Sangeet Samaroh, Sadarang Sangeet Samaroh, that time in Calcutta. And he used to help a lot of musicians. He helped a lot of musicians in his life. So शायद उन्हीं के पुण्य के दौरान मेरा म्यूजिक में आना अभी भी बरकरार है. मतलब म्यूजिक में आ तो कोई भी जाता है, उसको लेके चलना बहुत मुश्किल काम होता है, स्पेशली इंडियन क्लासिकल म्यूजिक. और उसके बाद मेरे माँ जो थी स्वर्गीय सुनंदा मुजुमदार, हु passed away in 2008, मेरी माँ बहुत ही एक आई वुड से अटैच्ड टू म्यूजिक लेडी थी, बिकॉज शी वॉज अ डांसर, कथक डांसर, नॉट बाय प्रोफेशन. एंड वो उनका थोड़ा बहुत कष्ट था कि वो उन्होंने इसको प्रोफेशन नहीं ले सकी. लेकिन शी वॉज अ टीचर बाय प्रोफेशन, अ केमिस्ट्री टीचर ऑफ सिरामपुर गर्ल्स हाई स्कूल, and she has taught a lot of students over there. But in the school, whenever there was a choreography or anything, especially on Tagore songs and everything, so my mother used to do that choreography, and she was very much inclined to music always. So in our house we always saw that rehearsals are going on, and I used to go and play those rehearsals. So I had a musical atmosphere by the grace of God through my maternal side, basically. My father was interested in music, but he was not into music. So my mother, Sunanda Majumdar, she was a dancer and she learned Kathak dance from Swargiya Pandit Ram Gopal Mishra ji of the Jaipur Gharana. तो इन लोगों के वजह से मेरा आना हुआ. उसके बाद मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा जब मेरी माँ से शुरू किया, जैसे तेरे केटे ताको ताको, ये जो बेसिक बोल्स हैं, आई हैव लर्न फ्रॉम माय मदर, फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग. देन स्लोली आई वेंट, देयर वाज अ लोकल टीचर वेयर आई वाज स्टेइंग, माय टाउन ऑफ सिरामपुर. हिज नेम इज पंडित शिव शंकर कर्मकार, हु इज माय formal first guru. I was taken there by one of our very close family friends, and he took me there because my mother was searching for a tabla teacher as a whole. So I went there and I learned from him for about 7, 8, 9 years. Then later on he told me that you should go to proper Calcutta and you should learn advanced talim from other people who is more better than me. So that at that time, you know, I used to see his Guru Bhai, his Guru brother, Pandit Shankho Chatterjee, who is my present Guru also. He used to come to his house a lot because they were Guru brothers, and Shiv Shankar Karmakar ji and Shankho Chatterjee ji, they both learned from Karamatullah Khan Sahab.
Right.
So Ustad Karamatullah Khan Sahab, the doyen of Farrukhabad Gharana, the son of the great legend Ustad Masjid Khan Sahab. So they both were learning from the same Guru. And later on, of course, my Guru Shankho ji has learned from you know, Allah Rakha Khan Sahab also.
Right. So you got into the music from your maternal, from Nanaji's side.
And then slowly I took my formal training
Yes.
from my gurus.
Yes.
And also I had a little bit of chance of getting talim from South Indian music, because I liked the South Indian rhythm style a lot, and to enhance my rhythm knowledge, I thought I should take more talim. So I took talim from none other than the great Mridangam maestro, Vidwan S. Shekharji, who is also my Guruji, who is also in Calcutta.
Right.
Though he is basically a South Indian guy, but he is based in Calcutta.
Right.
So he has other disciples too, like Vikram Ghosh and other people. Maximum many tabla players who have gone to learn enhancing rhythm from wanted to enhance their rhythm style from North Indian to South Indian.
About your name, Hindole. Hindole, is it based on the new raga, or tell me about it?
Actually, yes, Hindole is one of the main 9 ragas of Indian classical music, North Indian classical music. Because in my name there is another raga called Hindolam, which is not my name. Hindolam, sometimes people mix Hindolam and Hindole. Hindolam is compared to the raga Malkos of our North Indian system. But my name is basically from the main 9 ragas, which is called Hindole. Hindole is a separate raga of North Indian classical music.
Right.
But my name has been given by my father, Sri Tamal Majumdar, who is a lawyer by profession, and he had no connection with music as a whole in his professional life. He was just interested in music. He knew nothing about music, but he was he is a great study man. He used to read a lot of books. So I think he gave this name from the literary concept of Hindole. Hindole actually जो झूले में झूलते थे, मतलब लिटरेरी मीनिंग ऐसा ही है कि जो हमारे श्री कृष्ण जी थे वो राधा जी के साथ जब झूले में झूमते थे, उस समय वो जो दुल की चाल में झूमना, दैट इज कॉल्ड हिंदोल. तो वो लिटरेरी मीनिंग से मेरा नाम रखा गया है. एक्चुअली उनको गाना बजाने का कुछ पता नहीं था,
उनको
नहीं, उन्होंने अचानक रख लिया और मैं म्यूजिक में आ गया.
अच्छा.
ऐसा है.
So coincidentally,
शायद ऊपर वाले का कुछ करिश्मा होगा कि उनका कुछ वो होगा. तो लेकिन ऐसा कुछ प्लान नहीं था.
अच्छा, ठीक है. जैसे आपने स्टार्टेड म्यूजिक प्ले करना जब मतलब घर में ही 2 या 3 साल से शुरू किया, जैसे पॉट्स एंड पैन से शुरू किया आपने, तो नाना जी ने आपको तबला लेके दिया. सो उसके बाद जो आपने फॉर्मली सीखा, उसके बाद जो पहली परफॉर्मेंस थी आपकी, वो कब थी?
एक्चुअली पहली परफॉर्मेंस जो थी, हमारे गांव में, हमारे टाउन में रादर श्रीरामपुर में, हमारे पहले गुरुजी जो शिव शंकर कर्मकार जी थे, वो एक कंपटीशन अरेंज करते थे उनके गुरु के नाम से. करामतुल्ला खान साहब के नाम से एक कंपटीशन अरेंज होता था. वहाँ पे मुझे पहली बार मौका मिला बजाने का कंपटीशन में. तो वहाँ पे पहली दफ़ा मैं जब वहाँ पे बजाने के लिए आया, तो जजेस जो आते थे बहुत काफ़ी, आजकल वो लोग सब लेजेंड्स हैं, जैसे पंडित स्वपन चौधरी हैं, पंडित अनिंदो चैटर्जी हैं, पंडित कुमार बोस हैं, उस्ताद साबिर खां साहब हैं, फिर पंडित संजय मुखर्जी हैं। इन लोगों के हाथ से मुझे फर्स्ट प्राइज मिला। मतलब उन लोगों, दे एडजज्ड मी फर्स्ट इन दैट कंपटीशन। सो व्हेन I used to stand first in that competition. After 2 months, there is to be a prize distribution, and there we used, the people who stood first used to get a chance to play tabla solo.
Okay.
And the prizes were given by personalities, big personalities, on that particular day. So that is how I first performed in my town.
Right.
And I got the chance to play a tabla solo.
Right.
And that's how I did. And I remember I became 5 times Bengal champion that time.
That time.
And Anindo ji, when he first heard me, he gave me 94.
Marks.
Not only I stood first in my group, I stood first in all the 3 groups which were there.
Right.
So beginners, intermediate, and the advanced stage people.
Right.
I got the highest mark. So
Right.
I got that challenge shield also.
Oh, that's good. That's
So-
good. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yes. Were you nervous when you performed the first time on the stage?
Actually, never, frankly speaking, nervousness नाम का कोई चीज़ मेरे अंदर था नहीं पहले से ही।
Uh-huh.
मैं कभी आज तक नर्वस हुआ नहीं।
ठीक।
कभी आज तक मैं कोई भी चीज़ में मैं बहुत ज़्यादा ओवर कॉन्शियसनेस मेरे अंदर है नहीं। ये आप कह सकते हैं कि मेरे अंदर ये एक बात नेचुरल बात है। आगे मैं कितना अच्छा बजाऊंगा और कितना नाम कमाऊंगा वो तो ऊपर वाले के हाथ में है, लेकिन नर्वस होना मेरे को कभी जमा नहीं।
ठीक है।
मैं यही सोच के स्टेज पे बैठता था कि मुझे जो आता है मैं बजाऊंगा। आज भी वही सोच के बैठता हूँ कि मुझे जो आता है मैं बजाऊंगा। हाँ, लेकिन जैसे जैसे मैं बढ़ता गया और बड़े स्टेजों में बजाता गया, जरूर बेचैनी होता है। प्रोग्राम के पहले तक मेरे अंदर बेचैनी बहुत अभी तक है, और ऐसा होना भी चाहिए। मैंने आज भी देखा है कि बड़े बड़े कलाकार जिन लोगों को मेस्ट्रोस माना जाता है, वो लोग प्रोग्राम के पहले तक बहुत बेचैन रहते हैं। वो एक होना जरूरी भी है, क्योंकि वो सीरियसनेस का एक अंग है। लेकिन एक बार मैं स्टेज पे बैठ गया और बजाना शुरू किया, तो उसके बाद मेरे अंदर कोई बेचैनी था नहीं, कभी आज तक हुआ नहीं है।
राइट। जैसे आपने अभी कहा कि यू हैव परफॉर्म्ड ऑन द वर्ल्ड स्टेज एंड यू हैव परफॉर्म्ड विद द वर्ल्ड ग्रेटेस्ट musicians on the stage. How was it like?
It was really great experience to share the stage with great maestros. Actually, my life started, I first played, I would say a big artist, I would say the maestro artist in my life when I first started playing was with Ustad Shahid Parvez. वो जिनको मैं अपना मेंटर भी मानता हूँ, कि उनसे मैंने काफ़ी कुछ सीखा भी है, और मैं उनसे संगत के बारे में इतना नॉलेज उन्होंने मुझे दिया, जिसके वजह से आज मेरे को सब लेके बजाते हैं। ये उन पे मैं बहुत आभारी हूँ कि उन्होंने मुझे इस लायक समझा और उन्होंने मुझे ये ज्ञान बख्शा। तो उनके साथ मेरा शुरुआत होने की वजह से मेरे पे बहुत फर्क आया। बड़े स्टेज जिसको बोलते हैं, बड़े स्टेज में बड़े आर्टिस्ट के साथ बजाने का शुरुआत मेरे को उनके साथ हुआ। उसके पहले जो भी मैं कॉन्सर्ट बजाता था वो हमारे हम उम्र के साथ था। जैसे मैं संदीपन समाजपति हमारे बहुत करीब के दोस्त हैं, लेकिन वो हमारे हम उम्र है। उस समय उनका भी नाम कम था, हमारा भी नाम कम था। अभी भी हम लोग नाम कर ही रहे हैं, हमारा कोई ऐसा बहुत बड़ा नाम नहीं है। कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि आगे जाके अच्छा हो और एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहे हैं। लेकिन आफ्टर दैट, आफ्टर आई प्लेड विद शाहिद जी, आई हैव प्लेड विद अनदर बिग माइस्ट्रोज लाइक पंडित तरुण भट्टाचार्य इन संतूर, पंडित विश्व मोहन भट्ट ग्रैमी अवार्ड विनर म्यूजिशियन, उस्ताद शुजात खान साहब, Irshad Khan, and many others I have accompanied.
Right. So when you perform, जब आपने इन लोगों के साथ, बड़े बड़े हस्तियों के साथ परफॉर्म किया, किसी भी शो में कैसी ऐसी घटना वापरी जो आपको याद हो?
देखिए, मेरे को तो इतना याद है, सबसे ज़्यादा मुझे जो अहम बात मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि मेरे ज़िंदगी में ऐसे बहुत सारे कॉन्सर्ट्स हुए जो कि यादगार है और यादगार रहेगा। वो जो लम्हा हमने बिताया वो ना कभी आएगा और ना कभी वापस आ नहीं सकता है, ऐसा ही मैं कहना चाहता हूँ। क्योंकि सबसे ज़्यादा मुझे एक घटना जो याद है कि रविंद्र सदन में मैं एक कॉन्सर्ट बजाया था बहुत साल पहले, 2001 में, और उस समय मेरा बड़े स्टेजों पे बजाना शुरू ही हो रहा था। मतलब रविंद्र सदन में बंगीय संगीत परिषद के बैनर पे ये कलकत्ता में एक कॉन्सर्ट था। वो मेरा बहुत यादगार कॉन्सर्ट है। वो मैं शाहिद भाई के साथ बजाया। वो लम्हा मुझे ऐसा याद है क्योंकि वो कॉन्सर्ट उन्होंने राग जोग बजाया था रात के 2 बजे, और वो एक बहुत यादगार कॉन्सर्ट रहा था। तो ज़िंदगी के शुरुआत में वो एक बहुत यादगार कॉन्सर्ट रहा, इसीलिए मुझे वो लम्हा अभी भी याद है। और उसके बाद में मैंने उनके साथ तो डोवर लेन, सप्तक म्यूज़िक फेस्टिवल, सब जगह मैंने बजाया पिछले साल। वो भी एक आई वुड से अ माइलस्टोन इन माय लाइफ कि मैंने उनके साथ ऐसे बड़े स्टेजों पे बजाया। और फिर आई हैव प्लेड इन द वर्ल्ड म्यूजिक इंस्टीट्यूट इन न्यूयॉर्क, सिम्फनी स्पेस में जो होता है। तो ये मेरे ख्याल से ज़िंदगी में ऐसे जो वेन्यूज़ हैं, ये वेन्यूज़ कुछ यादगार माना जाता है, क्योंकि ऐसे वेन्यूज़ में आपको बहुत कम मिलता है चांस। अगर मिलता है तो बार बार मिलता ही रहता है, लेकिन पहला चांस जो मिलता है वो याद रह जाता है।
राइट। सो तबले में जब आपने सीखना शुरू किया, उसके बाद फॉर्मल ट्रेनिंग आपने किस घराने से शुरू की?
फॉर्मल ट्रेनिंग मेरा फरुखाबाद घराने से हुआ। एक्चुअली देखिए, तबले में तो पहले दिल्ली को सीखना ही पड़ता है, क्योंकि दिल्ली घराना से तबले का शुरुआत है। क्योंकि हमारे तबले में धा और तिट्टे बजाना ही पड़ता है, ये 2 शब्द हैं। तो ये 2 उंगली का बाज माना जाता है, द स्टाइल और द बाज विथ 2 फिंगर्स। सो आई हैव लर्नड दिल्ली because I have always learned dhate te dhate te dhada and dhati dhage na dhate rekete as my basic stuff. But the gurus from whom I learned, my first guru was a disciple of Karamatullah Khan Sahab. So he was basically from Farrukhabad Gharana. Later on, when I started learning from Pandit Shankho Chatterjee, he has learned from 3 great maestros of this world, which is a very important milestone in his life, and as well as I am connected to him as a Gandabandhan disciple. So it is a milestone in my life as well, that he has learned from Ustad Masjid Khan Sahab, who is a doyen of the Farrukhabad Gharana, father of Ustad Karamatullah Khan Sahab, and also Karamatullah Khan Sahab, who is also from Farrukhabad Gharana, and the great Ustad Allah Rakha Khan Sahab of the Punjab Gharana. So he has learned from 3 great maestros, Masjid Khan Sahab, Karamatullah Khan Sahab, and Allah Rakha Khan Sahab. So we have basically learned Farrukhabad and Punjab, both.
आज तक आपने कितने कंपटीशन में हिस्सा ले चुके हैं?
देखिए, ऐसे तो बोला नहीं जा सकता। बहुत बार मैंने बहुत कंपटीशनों में, एक्चुअली कंपटीशन जो चीज़ है वो अच्छी चीज़ भी है और बुरी भी है। इसका रीज़न मैं बताता हूँ कि क्या किस लिए है। क्योंकि जितने भी बड़े कलाकारों की बेटे हैं वो लोग कभी कंपटीशन में हिस्सा नहीं लिए। इसका रीज़न है कि कंपटीशन में आदमी अगर फेल करता है, इसका मतलब नहीं है कि वो अच्छा कलाकार नहीं बन सकता है। और मैंने जो आज वहाँ पे बंगाल चैंपियन बना, या डोवरलैंड में म्यूजिक कॉन्फ्रेंस का जो कंपटीशन हो तो उसमें स्टैंड किया, उसके वजह से मैंने ये कलाकार आज मैं तबला बजा के रोटी खा रहा हूँ, ऐसा नहीं है। क्योंकि कंपटीशन में टाइम बाउंड बजाना होता है, और टाइम बाउंड के अंदर ऑन द स्पॉट परफॉर्मेंस किसका अच्छा होता है उसी के ऊपर मार्क्स मिलता है। लेकिन कंपटीशन के अलावा जो एक्चुअल परफॉर्मेंस होता है, जो कि 1-1.5 घंटा, 2 घंटा, 2.5 घंटा होता है, उसमें अपना संयम यानी अपना पेशेंस लेवल को कौन अच्छा रख के एक कॉन्सर्ट को आगे बढ़ा सकता है, उसी को प्रोफेशनलिज्म आगे जाके माना जाएगा। क्योंकि कंपटीशन में जो फर्स्ट होता है, ऐसे बहुत बार देखा गया है कि कंपटीशन में बहुत लोग फर्स्ट आए और बाद में जाके उनका नाम और निशान नहीं रहा। तो इसीलिए मैंने कंपटीशन में हिस्सा लिया, क्योंकि हम लोगों को कोई चारा नहीं था। आई हैड नो ऑप्शन टू ब्रिंग माई नेम अप, बिकॉज आई वॉज नॉट फ्रॉम अ म्यूजिकल प्रोफेशनल फैमिली. My mother had to really search the way out, how my child will take it as a profession, and how he will go on, carry on tabla as a full-time profession. So we didn't know the know-hows of it. So we were kind of searching of how to take it. So that was the reason, one of the reasons I played competition.
When did you start to perform overseas?
ओवरसीज में मैं पहली दफ़ा, मेरा टूर उस्ताद शाहिद परवेज जी के साथ ही था. वो एक गवर्नमेंट का टूर था. ICCR बोलते हैं, इंडियन कल्चरल रिलेशन, काउंसिल फॉर कल्चरल रिलेशन. सो ICCR का टूर था, वो बांग्लादेश में था. आई स्टिल रिमेंबर वी वेंट फ्रॉम कैलकाटा एयरपोर्ट, यू नो, उस्ताद शाहिद परवेज जी, माई सेल्फ, and a Tanpura player Sunita Aswani, his disciple, and also with us we had Vinayak Torvi ji, who is a great singer, vocalist, Pandit Vinayak Torvi, and Srimati Vidushi Ashwini Bhide Deshpande. We all went in that same tour. So our biggest concert was National Museum Hall. I still remember that concert because it was a very big concert, one of my life. The first time I went out of India, and that was the biggest concert in the National Museum Hall of Dhaka for me. Right. And Shahid Bhai played two ragas, one is Yaman and the other one is Gauti. It was a huge concert. He played for around 2.5 hours. Really? So it was a big concert for me. So that was my first tour. And then second, I went with a very beautiful musician in duet with Shahid Parvez, Vidwan Lalgudi Krishnan, who is the son of the great Lalgudi Jairamanji, Carnatic violin, with Shahid Bhai's duet. We went to Singapore, Malaysia. That was after that. It was probably in the year 1999. I went there. And then later on in 2002, I think, I went to Dubai, Muscat. And then later on, 2003, I came to
North America,
Canada first time, and then to America. Slowly this happened.
So gradually,
and then to Europe
then
also.
Went to Europe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for the last 13 years, 14 years, I have been regularly coming to US, Canada, and Europe also. Okay. So that's it, for teaching as well as concerts.
Yeah. Coming to teaching, you are also running a school, music school.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Actually, my first, when my mother passed away in 2008, I was kind of thinking of doing something out of the country that time. And that time I found some options to do a school in Montreal. So my first school I did was in Montreal. And then later on, after a year and a half, in 2011, I opened up the Milwaukee school, which is in Wisconsin, which is now a bigger setup than Montreal. Right. But with the advancement of my disciples like Nels Olsen, who is the president of the school, I would like to say, and the vice president Cynthia Hayes, and her husband, Dr. Richard Hayes, and many other people over there. Right. I built that school. And the guy who called me there, who is not in Wisconsin anymore, his name is Dr. Somaditya Sen. He had to leave Wisconsin, which is an unfortunate thing. He had to leave and go back to India. But he was the one who made me come there for the first time. And in my Montreal school also, I got some very good friends, like my disciple. Nels Olsen is also my Gandabandhan disciple. And I want to say about another Gandabandhan disciple who is our president of the Montreal school, who is Ram Shamugam. He is there. He takes care of many things without their support and love,
Mm-hmm.
the school couldn't have come up.
I have heard about it that you provide online tabla classes.
Yes.
Tell me about it. How does it happen?
Online lessons I teach on Skype. Skype is a software which is available free, you can
Yes.
download.
Mm-hmm.
And also I teach on FaceTime, which is a Mac to Mac thing,
Mm-hmm.
Apple to Apple.
Mm-hmm.
I teach on FaceTime. These are the two softwares basically I use to teach online.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever, in which part of the world I am, doesn't matter. My classes always go on.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, today, with the advancement of this beautiful technology of Skype and
Right.
FaceTime, every disciple, every student is able to catch his guru online and take some good lessons. Because before the advancement of this technology, it was very hard to learn from performer gurus,
Right.
the people who are really performers who travel like us. I cannot sit at one place only for teaching because I have concerts to perform.
Right.
So to learn from a guy like me, or even people like Ustad Shahid Parvez, who used to not use computer at one time, people they are learning Skype lessons from big maestros like them also.
Right.
Because nowadays Skype lessons is very important, because if you write, because previously people used to compromise learning from their gurus.
Right.
Because to learn from a performer guru is very good, because you can see how the performance level, suppose I teach something to somebody, a composition, the performing level of that composition will be in which speed and how it looks, I can play and show.
Right.
But a guy who is not a performer would not be able to show.
Will not be-
But coming to teaching again, you need to have a lot of patience in teaching, because you get disciples or students of different levels, so you cannot lose your head with them. You have to patiently teach them
Right.
and honor them. And you cannot just tell people to come online and you don't show up as a guru. These things are not good.
Right.
We don't do these things because we are very much professional, and when we give time to a student, we try to respect them, and we also expect the same.
It's a commitment.
It's a commitment.
It's a commitment.
So
yes.
teaching is I would say it's a kind of a passion for me, and also a hobby, I would say, and also I like teaching. That is why I did these schools.
Right.
It's just not making these schools for earning money or no. If you do, I don't do work which I have no commitment for.
Continuing on the teaching, you are in Calgary now, hosted workshops at
Yeah.
Sarvakal Music Society of
Yeah,
Calgary.
Sarvakal Music Society has invited me for this workshop.
Right.
And it was great. It was a great workshop organized by the society, and the society is being led by the great Harjit Singh ji. He is doing a great job,
Yes, he is.
and he is not only doing promoting Indian classical music by teaching, but he is also organizing a big festival this time,
Right.
where he is bringing the great maestro Ustad Shahid Parvez, Vidushi, Kaushiki Chakravarti in the vocal, Ustad Sukhvinder Singh Namdhari on the tabla, which is a great lineup. So he is doing a concert of such a level, and so because in our music there are two ways of learning. One is learning and getting the material from your guru and practicing, and the other is listening to good music. So he is doing both. He is bringing musicians like us and hosting workshops. In a way, he is imparting the knowledge by teaching, and as well as Harjit Singh ji is organizing this concert with the help of Payal ji and other team members of his. Thankfully, he has got a very good lineup of team members, including his sons, very dedicated family to the music and the culture.
Yes.
So I felt a big honor coming and teaching here, because I saw students here have so good pickup, and he is trying to bring up the culture of Alberta in such a nice way that I think the people and the government of Alberta Canadian government should support him as much as possible.
Right.
So-
He is indeed, Harjeet Singh is doing a great job.
Great
and
job.
He
With
started
his whole
this.
team.
Yes, he is. He is. He deserves the appreciation. for this.
Appreciation, yes.
Yes. Coming to music, how many CDs or albums you have released so far?
My first album was released by a company called Bihan Music. My first album was Soulful Tabla, where I played tabla solo in two tals, Teen Tal and Pancham Savari. Teen Tal is a tal of 16 beat and Pancham Savari is a tal of 15 beats. And my second album is Nivedan, which is also released by Bihan Music. And over there I played Jagtar and Teen Tal, and lastly I played a Laggi. And that album is named Nivedan. The reason for it is I dedicated it to my mother.
Right.
Because when the recording was done, my mother was alive and she was present. But when it was about to release, she suddenly passed away on the 26th day of February 2008. So I told the company people that I want to dedicate this album to my mother. So they named it as Nivedan, which is a very good name. And secondly, I have other albums also with Pandit Rupak Kulkarni, Pandit Rakesh Chaurasia, Pandit Tarun Bhattacharya, and also Ustad Shahid Parvez. Lots of album I have with Shahid Parvez ji. Now I have already maybe 6 albums with him. So altogether maybe I have around 20 to 22 albums, including my latest album, which is called Mesmerizing Rhythm, which is from my own company. Sunanda Records was a idea which came to me, which I did in memory of my mother. I generally host a concert in Calcutta, in my hometown, in my home city, every year in memory of my mother, late Hindole Majumdar, who has been the most important inspiration of mine in music today. So for her, today I am in music, and so that is the reason I tried to enhance her name in front of the public as far as possible. So I do music. I would not say it's a conference, but it's a kind of a ye prachesta hai. It's a small offering I do to my mom every year. And all the artists, they have always helped me in doing this, because I generally get no sponsorship, everything comes out from my pocket. So they always help me. So when I started doing this conference, music festival, whatever you say, in memory of my mother, another idea hatched my brain that I should do something as in the form of a music album in memory of my mother. And that is when Sunanda Records evolved. So Sunanda Records is basically a registered company in Milwaukee today. Basically I registered it in Milwaukee, and it is basically taken care by my friend Dr. Richard Hayes, who is my very close friend and also in our board in Milwaukee. And he has his own record company also called the Marion Street Record Company. But he has recorded also many albums with me and other artists. But why I gave him the responsibility is he is very much attached to collecting good records and making good sound. This is his hobby. He is a doctor, but he is a namesake doctor. His mind and heart is always in music. And he, not only in Indian music, he has a huge collection of different types of music. And Indian music, he has a huge collection. So Sunanda Records is basically taken care by him. And I hope in the years to come, Sunanda Records will carve out to be a big company and people will know this company more and more.
I wish you all the best on the
but it is not like other companies this has one view in mind. Sunanda Records will not record any artist who will approach. This is only a company where I will try to do my new experiments, if I at all do anything. And I have a wish that the people whom I played with, my colleagues and my friends, my seniors, I want to have one album each from my company. So this is not only a business mentality, it is an emotional attachment.
Yeah.
A lot. 50-50.
Yeah. How was your experience working with Glenn Velez?
Oh, yeah. I have worked with quite a few number of percussionists. Not only Glenn Velez, I have my very good friend Abbas Qasimov also, I should take the name. And also I have worked with another great mridangam player who is also a legend called Trichy Shankaran. They all are legends. Now coming to Abbas and Glenn Velez, they are not Indian percussionists. They are Western percussionists. Not only Abbas is a Uzbeki percussionist. He plays a frame drum called doira. He actually, I first saw him in the Masters of Percussion of Ustad Zakir Hussain, and where we got in touch with him. And then I made an album with him. And playing with Glenn Velez, I first time played with him in the Mel Harmonic Festival. It was a great experience playing with him. He's such a nice percussionist. He and his wife Laurie Kotler, who is a mouth percussionist. Glenn is a frame drum player and Laurie Kotler is a mouth percussionist. They both are fabulous percussionists. So I'm really, really honored to play with a percussionist who has a big name like him in this Western world. And of course, he is a 4-time Grammy Award winner.
Yes, indeed.
So I played with him in the Mel Harmonic Festival, where other musicians were, Ravi Kiranji on the veena, and Gaurav Majumdar, Ravi Shankarji's disciple, was also present there.
Right. That's very nice. Very nice. What are your future plans?
My future plan is to, first of all, play good tabla. My first aim is to play real good tabla, and I am still working on that. And in that comes everything. If I am able to play real good tabla, I will be able to experiment more new things. And I want to, this is my wish, I don't know whether I will be able to do it or not, that I want to really contribute something new to tabla. And I'm still searching that path. And if God shows me that light, it will be my greatest honor as a living musician. So I want to contribute something new and play something new which will enhance a different path, which is a very hard thing to do, but I will try.
Yeah, I wish you all the best. That hope you find your path, new path. What would you give a piece of advice to our new, younger generation musicians or learners?
I am also a young musician and I am also a learner. So my piece of advice to all co-mates as a learner, I would say that hard work, dedication for music, and not to deviate from the point where you, मतलब लक्ष्य से मत हटो, जो लक्ष्य है उसी पे टिके रहो. If you keep your eye on one thing, shine will come one day. This is my, I would not say advice, but this is my guess. And this is, I would not say guess, this is what has to, all great maestros has done their work like that. They, उनका कभी लक्ष्य जो है, लक्ष्य कभी भ्रष्ट नहीं हुआ. लक्ष्य पे उनका दिमाग हर वक्त था. जो भी बड़े मेस्ट्रोस आज तक रहे हैं, चाहे वो बड़े गुलाम अली खां साहब, आमिर खां साहब, विलायत खां साहब, पंडित रविशंकर जी, उस्ताद अली अकबर खां साहब, अब यहाँ आज के दिनों में जो भी उस्ताद राशिद खां साहब, उस्ताद शाहिद परवेज, पंडित अजय चक्रवर्ती, जो भी बड़े लोग हैं, उन लोगों से हमने यही सीखा है कि लक्ष्य पे दिमाग रखो, so that you don't get deviate.
Right.
And of course, riyaz or practice is a part of life for all of us.
Right. Good. Good. That's very nice. Very nice. हिंडोल जी, आप अपना कोई फेवरेट पीस हमें, हमारे देखने वालों को बजा के सुना दिखाएं।
बस आप बोल रहे हैं तो अभी बजाना पड़ेगा।
हाँ।
तो ज़रूर मैं कोशिश करूँगा कि मैं कुछ बजा के सुनाऊँ और लोगों को शायद पसंद आए।
I'm sure पसंद आएगा।
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Hindole ji, for your time and coming to our studio.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best in the future.
I also wish Asian Magazine and you all the best. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
Thank you.
धृकृतता कतक गदन नगधत कतक हंतड़ान धा टेटे कत्ता धृकृतता 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 धिन धिन नाना धिन धिन नाना तिन तिन नाना धिन धिन ना अनाघात। दिग दिग नग नग धन नक तक घ्राण तकट घ्राण धन नक तक तेरे कट घन्ना कत गद्दी केट तकट धत टे कत गद्दी तक धन धार 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 करता धदगात घण धार घणती गता घण धार घणती गता घण धार घणती गता धिन धिन नाना तिन तिन ना धिन धिन ना। तकड़ तकड़ धन नाग धन तकड़ तकड़ धन धन नाग तक धन धाति घंतड़ान धा धातर 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 धा